So it's possible we may be looking at the end of pirated games soon. For years, there's been an ongoing battle with game companies trying to prevent pirates from cracking their game. There's been all sorts of DRM methods like always online or having to check into a server to authenticate a game. And pirates have always managed to circumvent these technologies for the most part. Relatively easy. I mean, there's been a ton of AAA games where the cracked version of the game was released pretty much the same day as the actual game. I've even seen it sometimes come out before the actual game releases. But a new technology called Denuvo has thrown everything out the window. And it's just been revealed that the new Far Cry game, as well as Tomb Raider, is going to be implementing this technology. And it's been used recently in a few major titles, and each game that it gets used in, hackers have had a more difficult time breaking the code. They get better with it every game that comes out. So Dragon Age, for instance, was one of the first ones that used it. It took almost half a month to crack, which is forever for pirates. And one of the latest games to use it was Just Cause 3. And from what I understand, that game came out, I believe, December 1st, and it still hasn't been cracked yet. One of the leading hacking groups who was working on Just Cause 3 recently said that they had reached the final layer of what they believed was the encryption, but they couldn't crack it and had almost given up completely. But they're still working on it, they say. And they're the ones who actually put out the warning that if this technology continues to advance like it is, within 2 years, there may be no more pirated games. Denuvo basically encrypts the encryption. So some people have compared it to, building a moat around a castle. So you got to cross the moat before you can even start to chip away at the castle. No one understands exactly how it works, because if they did, then they would know how to break it. But some have speculated that it looks at different components of your hardware and then generates an algorithm based on that, making it even more difficult to put out a one-crack-fix-all type fix. Now, to be fair, I think as long as there are locks being made, there's going to be a key maker. Meaning, I think pirated games are still going to continue on, but no doubt it is getting harder. One thing that pirates can be thankful for is that this technology, Denuvo, it cost a lot of money to implement. So you're not going to be seeing a ton of devs jumping on this, but you are seeing the bigger publishers like Square Enix, EA, Ubisoft beginning to sign on. Now, publishers have been claiming for a long time that PC piracy is the reason why sales are so low on the PC and why some haven't paid as much attention to that platform as other platforms. But, for instance, if you look at the sales of Just Cause 3, it definitely fits within the range of other games that are at that level. So it doesn't, we don't know the exact numbers, but it doesn't appear that they really jumped a whole lot in sales just because they implemented this technology. So I'm not sure that pirates, decided, well, I'm just going to go buy this game since I can't pirate it. More than likely, they just skipped it altogether and went and played something else. And so it's going to be interesting to see if these publishers are going to continue to think that this is worth the investment, since this technology does cost so much money to actually implement. Now, a lot of people hate hackers, but they do serve a purpose for the community, because if you, for instance, have a game that has to check in every 24 hours or has to log into a server in order to run and to function, when those servers get shut down, the game's gone if it hasn't been modded or hacked. So that is kind of one reason why you want to root, in some cases, for the hackers. Now, one issue that gamers are raising with this technology, Denuvo, is that this software, once you install it on your PC, it leaves files on your PC even after you uninstall the game. And the problem is nobody knows what those files are doing. And so that's definitely a cause for concern. Either way, it appears that the gaming industry may be finally getting an upper hand on piracy technology. But of course, as more powerful PCs are built, the easier it is to crack encryptions. So this battle is going to continue to rage on. If you want to read more about it, links down in the description box. That does it for me, The Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.